Hello. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody had a good night's rest. This is now me just going over the questions. And yeah, now it's already too busy for me to be going through all of the questions one for one like that. Besides, I already know I can put down, it'll end up being more than the five posts. It's now quarter to eight here. So we still got an hour and 15 minutes left of the happy hour. And we still got two more happy hours to go. Now, in each happy hour, I'll still get down at least two posts because in each one, there'll be five questions released, or at least three. The first one is always going to be five. During the day, we'll see what happens. Because even with the first five, that's already what the community needs. But for those that can keep up, you'll see it's worth it. But number one, did you know they gave Brittany, the basketballer, 9 years? Do you know how much more is attached to that? Like why black people get so much time? Why is it that in certain places like there that people get arrested a long time just for sleeping with another woman even though you're not married? You see, that goes against nature. You see, they know they're doing that for a reason because they know it's mostly going to be black people that's sleeping with their woman, getting their woman pregnant. That's how they got so much of white people now still out around in certain places. That's what these things does. It's really a war against us, people. But it doesn't matter. They could continue. But next year is our year. Like, and I'm leading that. Yeah. So, you know, and as the day plays out, as more as their take plays out, it's fun. That's why you gotta get up to speed on everything. Because once you got my perspective, you'll see how easy it is. And at the end of it, though, sadly, it's just all of you. All you gotta do is wake up. That's why I keep touching on all of these things. But okay, cool. Let's take it from the point of Brittany the basketballer. Professional athlete making big money for a country. Now, you would think, like many of their own are saying, Boozy, if that was a white person, they would have been ready to go to war for that person. Sadly, we got our own in office, yet they don't do nothing. They don't do their best to do nothing because this was an easy to win case. They proved that, just like with my scooter, they proved that she had doctor papers with that shit. So, if anything, the fact that she's an American celebrity, that should have been like a slap on the wrist. Because that's what it would have been for any of the white people. But black people still want to defend the bullshit. Because y'all don't see through the shit. You know. That's on y'all though. What I can happily report is a lot of them starting to wake up though. Took a year and a half, but cool. Took me having to get a platform where I could offer them. But this is why I said from the beginning, this is exactly what I need. Now it's just to get them to start coming on. But once these people start coming on, I know they'll be doing it the right way. They've been seeing me a lot longer. You all is here. You seeing the results directly, but y'all still playing. This is the thing again, people. It's it's all on people. Y'all don't get it though. But no matter, I know you are bit by bit. Did you know four officers were charged raid in a raid that led to the death of Breonna Taylor? Again, people, these are professionals. They should be more than just charged. They should be sued. These people feel their pockets just like we do. So, when a professional does bullshit like that, hey, listen, that family got to get money from each of you. And you got to sit jail. And you, as a professional, should be getting more time because you know better than the rest. That's what I'm going to be putting down. Y'all keep playing. I'm telling you, all of the government people, they got 3.5 years. 2025, that's when I'm ready. Then I won't need to be asking the people for help. No, because what I'm pushing for is a position, governor of my island. I make then the decisions. I can see myself all of the paperwork because I don't trust them. That's why I need to do it myself. Too bad it ain't enough more of us that got that mentality. No matter where you is, from you is a person growing up and you've been going through the shit, that's what you should have been aiming for. Like, why would you still aiming to be settling? Like, unless you ain't really got a choice, like maybe in a situation like maybe Africa, Pakistan, or India, because not all of those places is good. You see, our side is just the mentality of the people. At least I can say that. And it's not like I'm saying that to show off, because it's like, okay, our place is set up, but the mentality of the people has them in the same freaking position as everywhere else. They're still struggling with, knowing about the properties, getting work. They're still being paid the same as out and around. Y'all really think that that's all that your time is worth? But do you even question these things? Do you know why you get paid the amount that you get? Do you even understand the difference between a career and a job? Do you understand these things? Do you know in business it's better to offer a service than to deal with a product? And do you know why? Do you know these things? Do they teach these things in school? Do you know about your people, where they came from? Did they teach you that in school? Because I know for black people in the Caribbean, I can't speak for everybody, but I know most likely. Did they teach you about yourself in school? No, right? So why are you still on your knees for a bunch of people that you know full well got something set out against you? Don't you think that there are reasons that they didn't teach us these things? Don't you think there are reasons that they're trying to lock up so much of the black men? You see, I could have been like one of them that went through the street, did it their way, getting a bunch of bullshit. And yeah, now they would have been able, like when I coming out like this, that they will be able to try and hold me in a position and try and get me to shut up or try and silence me. Or no, you see, with me it's only one or two things. It's either they're gonna allow me to continue working, which they have to, because that brings the balance, that works with everything, or they kill me. That's the only thing. But they know a man like me, they cannot bribe. This is why I will get no support from governments. Like here, I get it still because it's like they have to do it. It's their job. This is what I remind them of. You have no choice in the matter. By law, you have to do this. Done. You don't do it, I'll take you to court. What? But y'all scared to do that though. As long as they know that you're scared to do those type of things, that's why you still going through what you're going through. First thing is, start with all of the freaking, I ain't telling nobody what to do, but the usernames and all of that, use your name. Like if you're doing music or something, okay. But me, I'm Luke Levrock on all of my platforms. Cause that's who I am, Luke Levrock. I ain't trying to be some fake, fictitious character. No. Luke Levrock. Here to represent and bring real change. And really doing something about it. While other people like to talk. Number 3. This is good. Did you know that Guyana is doing good? Only thing I don't like about them is they still went and get the white people involved. But, you see, if it's to say the dude was at least smart enough as to make these deals, but he got them on just a one-time contract, like I'm saying, on the way up. And Guyana's now on the way up. I done put this out there. On the way up, even if you got to make a deal with the devil, make sure it's worth it. Make sure it's just one contract, and with that one contract, that's it. You made it a good enough deal as to where, look, you satisfied with your bullshit? I'm going against myself a little bit for this, but I'm going to make it damn worth it. So that after that, hey, listen, because the more contracts you make with these bastards is the more hold they got on you. What I don't like about what Guyana did is Guyana got a whole bunch of oil coming. You should have had patience. You're already making more than what you're making now every day. Maybe a couple of things you should have done just for business, to keep it, but not too much. I find Guyana did too much. Guyana should have did more with the islands. I'm glad to see now they're bringing in Barbados, so that's Trinidad and Barbados. They got things going with there. They got now here they're saying about did you know Guyana has received a shipment of black-bellied sheep from Barbados? That's good because that's livestock. That's work. That's work for farmers. That's work for butchers. That's meat for the people. Now, when you got it like that, that should mean the price of meat goes down. When you got things locally, that's what they're doing wrong. Because I even hear like with the sugar and stuff. These are the things that show what side your leader is on, because that's bad business. If you're doing the thing locally and you're exporting, especially now qua business, sugar is down in a lot of places, you need to be upping your export price. And from you could up your export price, your local price should be dropping. That's a businessman, a good businessman in office. Anything other to that, you can make of it what you want. This is bad. Did you know there is a mother still going back and forth with justice over son's death? Now, this is a short clip, so I'm going to let this play because these are the things. Now, because it's about the same dude, it's about the same president, it's about your things that you got to keep in control. You cannot be just pushing bad business, because what I'm saying, he's doing bad business. And besides that, you actually got things like this still going on in your country. You need to handle business.
Darrell James, who was 22 years old at the time he met his demise, was brutally murdered on the morning of August 2, 2020, and his mother has since been back and forth in the fight for justice to be served. During an exclusive interview with 90 News for an update on the court matter on Wednesday, the man's mother, Roxanne Best, noted that the case was before the court for some 6 months and was later discharged. Interestingly, Best alleged that the police who led the investigations was bribed.
Because of that, now he was reluctant to go.
So you hear that from the beginning, there's already corruption. Now we all know this. This is why more people need to speak. But people only want to speak when we got like some type of professional looking person coming across. Now you see, like I was saying, me when I ready, I'll like anybody can be the press. It's just depending on what type of information are you getting and how many views are you getting. But don't worry, I'll make an example with that too. Since I gotta do that with everything.
One take statement. I don't know how much other additional money.
The mother of three further alleged that herself and relatives begged the police to investigate the suspect's residence for evidence, where she claimed his clothes with James's blood were buried in the backyard.
They could have gone and get evidence. They never went. The mother.
So what she's saying is basically they had suspicions on. Now her son was chopped up to get a perspective on the matter. Her son was chopped up. The police have still not solved the case. And as you heard, it began with she saying about there is corruption. Now she is also saying next to that, well, we know that we had seen his bloodied clothes and stuff in the back of this house. Why didn't you all go and investigate that?
Of the accused. Bury the clothes in the backyard. They could have gone and get evidence. This is not something that, this is not fiction. It's facts.
Best alleged that in her relentless pursuit for justice.
And you see, you gotta know when to read, how to read facial expressions. This is why I dealt with so many people. I know when somebody is telling me the truth. Even with you all, I know just from your actions. It does not take me long, people. A lot of people find it scary, actually, when I first talking to them, especially white people then. But that's because they can't understand these things. They're not in tune with everything like that. And a lot of our own people lost track of that. But collective consciousness and all of that, Like I'm telling you all, check Avatar. You know, you all people, they really have been studying us because they don't understand us. But number 5, the last one for now. Why do millions in India still not have tap water? Now this I gotta have to now come at my Indian people, because they got some people in my group. Because a lot of the people on the BBS right now is India, Pakistan, South Africa. So I would say more India, Pakistan. Now, I had a group of people that even though they was with me for a while, they still wanted to come and try and say that I trying to go against India and put down India. Now they, according to how they was now trying to speak about India, I would not even think that this is possible. You know, I did not know this. But this is my thing again. We are talking in my community about government issues. You yourself is in a community where it's going through the water and you got issues. But this is also what I have already realized. The ones of you that are from India, that this is what I touched on too. This is what I don't get from you all. So you all are really the ones that you find yourself better than everybody else. Like, you are there in the community, but you ain't gonna put out information. Like, you understand, like, this is what I'm fighting for, and the more information I know about a community is the more I could put out and press these people. But y'all don't understand that. Y'all don't understand that by you all supporting me in the BBS, listen, it gives me numbers to play with. It gives me a position to play with. It gives me still a type of power to play with. I know how to use this. I've been using it. That's how come I'm a top board. Just with small numbers. But y'all do know it's a numbers game, right? But y'all don't understand that game. I do. Just give me the support that I'm asking for. A freaking promote, a like, and a comment. And let me go to work. Look, we should be doing much better than this. This is why it's only my partners that's going to be partnered. Because partners are supposed to be getting in 5 posts. Now, I got 5 of you. That would mean just on you all, that's 25 posts. And I know that's not the case. So, well, we'll see how today ends, you know, because y'all think it's a joke. You know, everybody will learn around Luke that if you want to stay on that entertainment and that half-half foolishness, better you go away from Luke. You'll have much more chances of survival, you know. Seriously. Anyhow, people, these was the answers to my questions, you know, and why I just have to turn up on my community, because you all are the ones in here right now that together with me is already making a difference. Like, I have already made a difference on the BBS platform. I have already done things and still is doing things that nobody else is doing. My community has to be able to maintain that with me. So if you ain't on that level, you will get dropped, and quickly. You know, like I'm saying, at 3 o'clock, yeah, you know. Peace.